Today we have DGP of Home Guards and Fire Services, Shri Om Prakash, with us. We welcome you, sir.
Namaste.
Sir, what made you to get into IPS? What inspired you to get into police services?
It was rather accidental. I didn't have any specific plan to join IPS or even civil services. I was doing I did my BSc honors and MSc in geology, and then I had got a few job offers. Like I was selected for Geological Survey of India as a geologist through UPSC only, and also I was selected for ONGC also. But then there was some time gap before which we have to join. I mean, there was some time gap for some certain formalities were to be done, like police verification, etc., etc. So, by the time some of the friends suggested me that let us try for UPSC because I had finished my MSc and we had to wait for the forms to be filled up for PhD in geology. So there was some time gap of 6 to 9 months. So one of my friends suggested me that if I go home, I'll forget a lot of things. So why to go home? And he was 1 year senior to me. He already had joined PhD. So he just offered me that let's have a combined study and know where we stand for. Not that we have to compete or we don't have to compete. I mean, we should know where our level is. So and then I didn't have my accommodation after finishing the MSc. Hostel was not there for him. He had got the hostel because he was 1 year senior here. So he offered me to stay with him in his hostel room and then have combined study and preparation. So I examined it and felt that it's not a bad idea. Let us see where we stand for. So in that connection, we started our studies, and prelims we successfully completed. After that, we started searching for the second subject. But first subject obviously was geology. Second subject we didn't plan earlier, so we were searching, and after a lot of discussion, we felt that sociology should be a subject. Though we had not studied sociology, but those days we used to see the market craze, which subject was scoring, etc. So we felt that sociology, anthropology, psychology, etc. A lot of demand was there for those subjects. So we said, all right, let us start with one subject and let us have both same subject because it will have the combined studies and it will be easy for us to share the resources and the efforts. So then we selected sociology and studied for two months. After the preliminary result was announced, we had some 2-3 months time. So we studied that. And then main exam results came. Unfortunately, my senior could not complete. And then I had to prepare for the interview, and then we went to face interview. And the results came, and I got IPS in the UPSC list.
Success rate of civil services is 0.03% and is considered as one of the toughest exams in whole world. What made you to get into this and how did you feel when you cleared in one attempt?
Yeah, obviously we felt happy. But at that time what happened that I was professionally more keen to follow my own profession of geology. So there was some sort of that difference of opinion, and there was some confusion in the mind. But ultimately, the peer pressure and the parents' pressure and the society pressure, and also we felt that let's accept this challenge, and I joined it. Second year also I tried because after getting the result of first year, I thought let us try second year also to improve our ranking so that we may get some other service. So second year, because I had already joined the training, and the training was very tough in police academy, and there was no time for preparation, etc. And the whole orientation was quite different. A lot of physical activities, outdoor things, focus was less and concentration was less on these subjects. Still, um, second time also I went for the interview, and the second time also I got the same service, um, IPS slash Central Group A services. I had a choice to change to income tax, railways, etc., but I did not. I continued there, and I had suffered one accident, serious accident during training. So I was on the bed when I got this result. I was lying on the bed in the hospital, in Safdarjung Hospital, Delhi. Then I had one more chance to appear, but because of my this problem of health and all, I did not pursue. I didn't continue for the third time. I thought this is my fate and let us stick to it.
Your 1981 batch and Karnataka cadre. What is your most challenging experience of the lot?
1981 batch and cadre Karnataka I was given Karnataka cadre. I was happy with the cadre. No, initially, of course, the language was the most challenging thing, and I started little concentration on the language right from beginning, because I was knowing that it's not. I mean, you can't learn a language in one day or 1 month or 1 year. It has to be a continuous process and sustainable efforts. Slowly, your quality of your expression in that particular language improves. Not that in 1 day or 1 month or 1 year you can do that. And knowing any new thing, new language is always welcome thing. And I never felt any awkward this thing that I am learning a new language. In fact, I felt very happy to learn this language, Kannada, and I found a lot of similarities of certain words, because I also had some Sanskrit background, and I found a lot of common words. So that was not a problem for me, and I have almost completed 30 Karnataka total service 33 years, in Karnataka 31 years or plus 31 years. I have very good experience of the Karnataka state, and if I tell that I never felt that I am out of my home or my state, people may feel it's exaggerated thing, but it's a truth that I never felt, because our orientation should be that we are from the all India cadre and the whole country is ours, right from north to south or east to west. So I never felt any difference. Of course, the local regional things always happen. I mean, that little bit bias always will be there, no, in any state. But coming from Bihar and being in Karnataka, I never felt any sort of any discrimination type of thing. I always took any opportunity as a challenge and I succeeded. I have no regrets or anything. I felt happy to be in Karnataka.
Being in 33 long years in the services, what is your most challenging experience you faced till now?
See what happened, the most challenging thing in the police is, that was in the beginning of my career also, and even now it is there, is acceptability of the police by the society. I mean, the trust of the people for the department, for the police as such. I mean, the time has changed, but still we have to go a long way where the police, public will accept the police in toto, and for which the police has to do a lot more to be accepted by the general public as their friend, philosopher and guide, instead of the situation which has started from the British days till now it is continuing, and for which I feel that we ourselves are responsible more than the public, and we have to change ourselves. Maybe because of generations will change now, things will improve, but as on today, we have to do a lot Like there are lot of issues are there where there's a lot of difference. So basic thing is the behavior. How in the police station we behave with the public comes as a complainant, as a petitioner, how we behave and um, how prompt we are in registering FIR in any cognizable offences where public comes and complains without getting influenced by extraneous these things or without any other influences. So our department will get acceptability of the public only when we at the police station level treat the citizens in a proper manner, in a respectful manner, and accept the petitions or the FIRs without any influence on our own in a prompt manner and continue investigation in a fair manner. This is the situation. If this situation improves, certainly that is the core area where the police gets bad name.
Being in 33 long years in the services, what is your most challenging experience you've faced till now?
Right now, I'm not able to suddenly recall those things because see, many years I have served in the field. I was SP in Chikmagalur for 3 years, Shimoga for 3 years, Karwar for 2.5 years. 3 districts I had long tenures. Before that, I was ASP for a few months in Harpanhalli and maybe a 1 year plus in Udupi. And then I was a DIG Belgaum for 1 year. And then after some time, I was a IG Belgaum for a long time. So I have field experience of many places. And everything I took as a challenge, and I didn't feel anywhere where we have failed for which we should repent and all. Because every situation I felt as a challenge and we succeeded. And one thing is that what is the job of the police? Investigation of offences and detection and investigation and prosecuting them and getting a logical end of the criminal justice system. One of the portion we are, one of the part, we are not the whole thing. And second thing is law and order situations where we have to maintain communal harmony, we have to see that law and order is contained. If any challenge is there, we have to tackle it and see that situation is brought under control in a quickest time. And other things are traffic management and like our force has to be managed, or man management, material management, vehicle management, and our welfare of the men. We have to see that their morale is high and there, if any delinquency is there, to be dealt with properly. These are the main job of the police, and where we have, and all these things is a continuous process. See, we cannot suddenly improve the morale in 1 year or 1 month and all. And like any field we see, it has to be a sustained effort. One area where we feel that we have to follow a system, and where we have got a challenge is that there is some sort of ad hocism we find in our system. It may not be true only for the police system. Many places in government or non-government also these things are happening. So I personally feel that we should shed this ad hocism in our approach, in our action, and we should continue the system by contributing a bit in the system which is being followed, so that continuity is maintained and sustainability is maintained. Example, if I have to tell you in a very brief manner, that any area of policing we take, we have a lot of circulars, standing orders we issue, where we interpret our laws for the purpose of practical utility by the force, how it has to be done, what are the things should be done, what should not be done, and in what manner it should be done, what should be our focus, what should not be our focus, what should be our priority, etc. etc. There are more than thousands of such standing orders are there in the department. Maybe the law section circulars are there where we interpret the laws based on the basic laws and also based on the case laws, where time to time the apex courts will give judgments and those judgments become the case laws. So to interpret those case laws, to highlight the gist of those case laws, so that our people can follow it accordingly, we issue the law section circular from the head office. So there also, those law circulars, we find that there are enough number of circulars are already there, and again we try to issue certain new circulars by superseding it or by cutting certain things, by omitting certain things, by adding some things, all in good faith. I am not saying it's bad faith, but I personally feel that instead of getting a new standing order or new law section circulars, we could have perhaps picked up those things which are already existing by our seniors who have retired and who have contributed a lot. So those things should be highlighted and followed, because those things are, if it is not relevant, we can ignore it. But what I find, many of things are very relevant, but we just suppress them because I want to create something new and I forget the old one. You understand? And second thing is, like, certain projects are prepared by building, in the building section I'm talking, construction of houses or construction of police stations or any other buildings, where one head of the department or boss gives certain, makes master plan and starts executing. Once he goes, or somebody else comes, he will try to change it and make it. So it is, I am not talking any individual, I am just saying this system is there like that. So this ad hocism, what happens, it becomes a very mixed type of development, where the master plan should have been followed, which is not being followed. So after certain years, you find that what buildings have come up in a haphazard manner, not consistent and not in a proper harmony, and the land utilization has not been done properly. So these things, it pinpricks, and this is not a healthy thing in the longer term. So the same example of ad hocism is there in many fields, not only, I just gave us one example, and I feel that instead of doing this ad hocism, let us follow the system for a longer time so that the traditions are built. I believe in traditions.
When Babri Masjid demolition happened, you were the in charge SP of Shimoga, which is a communally sensitive place. How challenging was it and how did you tackle the situation?
No, for me it was not very challenging, because I don't know, I don't want to boast myself, but certain sixth sense had told me to take a lot of precautionary measures. And my bandobast was ready around 1 week ago, before 1 week only. And one day before that, whatever bandobast, the extra forces and all should have been deployed in the taluka levels and all were done on 5th December only. And whatever prohibitory orders to be promulgated by the Deputy Commissioner of Tahsildars, all were done on 5th December only. And the instructions to round up the rowdies and antisocial elements and take a lot of preventive arrests to be made, all those instructions were already, I had instructed, and things were ready. So that on 6th December, I had no problem in whole Shimoga district. I was just watching the TV and telling my officers to be alert, because whatever instructions were followed, should have been followed, were already given and followed. And then when I started getting those instructions from the headquarters from Bangalore, my answer was that already complied, it's already complied. So it was a good thing. And then no major thing happened, because uh, we started working on very micro levels, and all the police station levels, we started rounding up the miscreants and the antisocial elements and rowdies and people who create problems by taking advantage of the situation. Such fellows, I remember that we arrested more than 1,000 people in Shimoga district during 1 week or 10 days time. So the message went around that we are not going to leave anything. So these after arresting those people, the message flashes very fast. So people gets alert, and those who didn't want to be arrested, they ran away from the district. Naturally, because
Ultimately, the sixth sense helps a lot.
I think so. I should say sixth sense or common sense, whatever it is. It really helps. I feel that in police nothing extraordinary is required. Only thing required is to have your proper common sense and proper orientation, especially in law and order situations. Crime needs a lot of efforts, but law and order need not, compared to crime, law and order doesn't need much efforts. It only need your common sense and a little decision making process, a quick decision making process.
Bhatkal is famous for communal riots. Rather, I would say infamous for communal riots. And you were posted to Uttar Karnataka district, and then the riots came down under your effective administration. How did you tackle the situation?
There, because the peculiar situation of Bhatkal is that particular community, the presence of a particular community in a large number in that town, and the lack of communication between the population and the outsiders and the administration, those things were prevailing when I took charge there. In fact, I never expected that I will be posted there. That time I was here working as a Deputy Commandant General Home Guards after coming from Shimoga, and it was a nice time for me to relax here in this particular campus here where we are talking, Home Guard headquarters. I remember Mr. Ramlingamji was our DGP here in this campus. He was DG Fire Services and Commandant General Home Guards, and I was a DCG here, and I worked for 3-4 months only here. I had gone to Delhi to attend some conference. There I was asked to contact Ramlingam sir urgently. So I just talked to him, and he told me that you come back immediately. You have been recalled by Chief Secretary. I said, what? Did you try for transfer? I said, just 1 week ago only I opened my luggage and keep my house clean and all. So why transfer? I have not asked for any transfer. No. There has been 5 deaths in Bhatkal. I do not know whether you are going or somebody else is going and you are replacing somebody somewhere. I don't know. But Chief Secretary Mr. Lean has asked me to recall you immediately. So accordingly I came back. When I came back, I saw an order, Mr. Rakesh Singh, Deputy Secretary Home, I think. He came to my house from the same campus, same colony we were staying. He gave me the order personally. And then I think Mr. Chandulalji was police commissioner. One car came with a gunman, ready, go to Bhatkal. So I said, just now I have come back from Delhi, I will go tomorrow morning. So next day I started my journey. We reached there Bhatkal in the evening. That was I think September 13th or 14th, I am not clear, 1993. So there same evening I think I took charge at Bhatkal only. I didn't see the face of Karwar for 1 month. I signed my CTC in Bhatkal only. And a lot of hectic time was there. Main thing was to establish a proper communication with the local population and take them into your faith, the trust. The trust was not there between the administration and the population. And many factors were there which created a communal divide there. So our job was to see that this communal divide is bridged, and to create a normalcy situation, we had to do a lot of public meetings, go to the mohallas, talk to the people, take them into confidence, assure them that we are going to take action in all these criminal cases. And when I took charge, I think 20 murders had taken place, 20. And crores of properties were burnt in arson and etc. But once we took, actually that communal thing I had started on 29th of March, if I am not wrong, and that continued unabated till that September 9th of that year, and in a different phases it happened. Every month there was one communal, I believe. So once we went there, took stock of the situation and did our policing, public friendly policing, and the morale of the force was very low that time. We had to do a lot to improve their uplift their morale and confidence of the policemen, and slowly we could manage to do that. And there was no death or any common incident after we took charge, and we lifted the curfews and prohibitory orders in phased manner, and by 31st December we lifted everything, or no prohibitory order or nothing. Life became very normal, and we continued to be in Karwa till my promotion in December 95. So of course that was a challenging thing. One thing which we could not, I should say, management could not do, is the detection of those cases of communal incidents. Of course, it was done, but not to my satisfaction at level, because the lack of evidences, we couldn't properly charge sheet those cases, because it was not possible, because the investigation was done properly, it was done in a continuous sustained manner. But what happens? The evidences should be there. If there is no evidence, what anybody can do? We have to close it. But the situation we could control. People's faith were restored, and no more incident happened. No more communal incident happened till my tenure there. That is till 15th of December, I believe, 1995.
You came as DCG, stayed for a very short duration, and then again you came back as DGP of Home Guards. Is it something like homecoming?
Yeah, I like this campus very much. It's a very peaceful place, and the atmosphere is quite different than the police thing. That so-called police subculture is not here. Of course, there are also uniformed services, but that type of tension is not here. Mental tension is not there. You can do your job in a relaxed manner, and things are very cordial here, and these small departments, not like a very big department like police. Here the Home Guards also very small department, and fire services also very good department, though small but very good department, and it has got our fire services is one of the best in the country. As on today, we have got 189 fire stations in the state, and the growth has been very systematic and consistent growth has been there, and lot of job satisfaction is here. And home guards also, we have got 25,000 sanctioned strength of home guard in the state. Around 21,000 actual strength is there, and their employment deployment level is quite high here. Then we have a civil defense which is doing very well in Bangalore. Our civil defense is the best in the country, not told by me but told by the government of India, and they are doing very well. Recently we got another responsibility of state disaster response force, SDRF. 4 companies we got on the lines of NDRF. So these companies have to be raised. The process has started, and these 4 companies will be placed, one in Bangalore, one in Mangalore, one in Belgaum, one in Gulbarga, to start with. So a lot of work is there to train them. We are not going to recruit them. They are all from different units on deputation, and they will be given proper training for disaster response, various specialized training, and they will be available for the public for any disaster, man-made or natural. They will be tackling them. So there are 4 different things I have got here. So content-wise, quite satisfactory, and a lot of work content is lot. But only thing is a very low profile manner. We don't have much to make tom-tom and all, and a lot of less tension here, and quite good atmosphere. And
You were posted as Director of Karnataka Police Training Academy in Mysore. How was the experience teaching training?
excellent experience I have. One of the best postings I could imagine, where a lot of independence was there, and you were free to have your syllabus, to select your resource persons, to organize so many seminars and so many workshops and so many courses, not only for the probationers, for also for the in-service people, to have a regular refresher courses, orientation courses, specialized courses of various kinds, and to improve the infrastructure of the campus, to improve the quality of living, and introduce a lot of things where that is going to help the professionals in their future service, and to change the work culture. What I am telling the example is that the mistrust between the public and the police, it also happens because of various factors, including one factor which I noticed, that we try to behave in a manner very harsh to those subordinates. Those subordinates in turn behaves very harsh to their subordinates. Ultimately, the whole thing has to be a sort of whole pressure is felt by the constabulary, and most of these behaviors are uncalled for. You can communicate the same instruction in a proper manner, in a normal manner. I don't say proper, in normal manner. Your communication can be normal, but your action can be harsh or strong depending on the situation. You need not start abusing your subordinate for anything and everything and use all unparliamentary language. That fellow is going to pass on the same thing, percolate to his subordinate, and his subordinate to his subordinate. Ultimately, the constable is not able to bear it. He passes on to the public. This is what I felt. So, why can't you impart training to those people in a manner where they also feel that these things are not relevant? The relevant thing is professional policing, whether it's investigation or detection or prevention or to have a law and order situation or communal harmony, etc., in a different context. You should learn things in a professional manner and do your job. rather than following the old type of policing where you are not knowing what to do, only shouting and shouting, so that your subordinate can be controlled just by shouting. So if you do that, ultimately the public suffers. You are not behaving properly with your subordinate, that fellow is not behaving properly with the public. Because he had to vent out his pent up feelings. So this is what I felt. So the training portion, I made them in a very relaxed manner, but proper training. Indoor classes, outdoor classes, yoga, lifestyle, everything was given properly. The mess also, proper food, proper timing, proper discipline, proper quality of food also, proper bedding, the rooms also be proper. Earlier they used to bring their plates and mugs and all. All the sub inspectors are supposed to bring these things when you come to the academy. I felt can't we manage with getting some proper crockery for them? Of 100 people or 200, can't we manage 200 crockeries? Why should we ask them to bring their mug and as if they are prisoners that have their. So I'm just telling you this thing. So I made their life in a proper manner that we purchased a lot of beds, bed sheets, blankets of good quality. The bathrooms were renovated properly, clean, so that the atmosphere is proper. They should not feel, some sort of bad environment during training. And we gave them lot of outdoor activities also. You will not imagine that those probationers of 3 years are more than 500 sub-inspectors, more than 30 to 40 DYSPs and excise deputy superintendents, one batch of motor vehicle inspectors, few officers under training from Maldives. So everybody, we gave them certain type of outdoor training, like, there is something called night trekking on the mountain hills during moonlit night, one day before and day of moonlit night and one day after. 3 nights we divided the chaps and sent them to Kunti Betta with the proper coaches and guides from the mountaineering institute, local mountaineering institute. So they will start at 10 o'clock, have their food at the foothills, and then start the climbing thing. Whole night they will climb. Morning 4:35 they will get down. They have a cup of tea and come back. This type of one example, this type of experience. Lot of confidence building was there. This was found to be very, very successful, and everybody liked it, and not a single casualty we had, except in one of the batches, one lady probationer DYSP twisted her ankle. That's all. Out of 600 and odd, one like this. So many such things we did, and I made the sports compulsory for everybody. In the evening sports, let them play hockey or let them play basketball or let them play volleyball or football, whatever, or athletics, but it was a compulsory thing for them, sports. Earlier what used to happen is only for the sake of attendance, those things were there, record maintenance. But I did not believe in the only record maintenance. I said, no, you have to do it. And they did it. Also swimming and all. A lot of infrastructural improvement was done. And I didn't have much time to think of a lot of officers, they perhaps feel that it is a punishment posting or it is a posting where nothing much has to be done and all. But I never felt, I really enjoyed my posting as a director of police. In fact, I should tell you that in my entire 33 years, I have never felt any posting to be useless or lack of content and all. I never had a chance to think of these things, because wherever I worked, I found a lot of content in the work, this thing. So I never had any time to think that I am in a useless posting or I do not know which posting was useless and which posting was good. All postings I maintained in a similar manner.
Well, 33 long years has been really, really long, and you remember every detail of it. How is it?
Not all, but the certain things were, this vertical was very important thing, So those, there we faced one judicial inquiry also subsequently. Justice Jagannath Sethi, Commission of Inquiries, So those dates I cannot forget. Like 6th December you cannot forget. Like similar, the 29th March or 1st April till the 9th September, where the last incident took place in a Humin Chowk, where some people came with a mask and did some, they cut some of the people in the daylight, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Of course, I was not there that time. I reported after a few days of that. So those dates we cannot forget.
Finally, what is your message for the young UPSC aspirants who want to become IAS and IPS officers like you? And what makes you so humble and down to earth?
First part is important, that what happened is nowadays this the competition has become very tough. Earlier also we also felt very tough, but the number of participants and now the number of participants, you find that almost 10 folds or more than 10 times the number of applicants participate in these examinations. So obviously make it more tough, because seats remain the same and the number of aspirants are 10 times or 12 times more. And this needs a very sustained hard work, and there is no substitute for hard work, especially for civil services examination. I will say 80% hard work, 20% luck, because many students who were very much brilliant and intelligent and hard-working people, more deserving than me, I feel, could not be successful. And this happens every year. It's not that you are totally topper of your batch in every year and every class, and then you are a successful management guy from IIM Ahmedabad and all these things, topper and all, and you try the exams, you may not be successful. Many examples are there where mediocres get success. The sheer thing is that you have to have a lot of hard work to be done, and there is no end of your this thing. This is enough for this is enough. Whatever you study is not enough. So go on study. And second thing is the shallow study will not work. Here you have to have a very deep, intensive, extensive and intensive. Both are required. And some people get the feeling that I have studied a lot, so I must get into it, I will get it. Confidence is good, but what you study is not important. What you write in the exam is important. How you plan your answers, what is your time limit given to you, how many questions are there, how much importance you are giving to each question, and what communication you are giving in that answer. How the question is something, you are writing something. Did you understood the question properly? What is the expectation level for your answer? And you know something in that topic and you start writing. That will not be enough. You have to be analytical, critical, and whatever is required, that you focus it. Some people have got the habit, no? So you know the subject, that thing, they will find out which subject that question is. And whether it is required or not, they will start writing it. They think that I have written enough and I should get marks. That will not happen. Whatever is asked for, you have understood, and then you have to write it properly and you have to shape it properly. A has to be written as A, Z has to be written as Z in a manner. That framing of your answer and writing it properly and time management is very important. So there you get the answer and the marks. Humbleness is of course it, it is it reflects your total personality and your background and your especially the cultural background and family background, etc. One thing I remember that this service is uh, at certain stage of your life you have joined service. You are not born with this service, and if your age is there with you, you are not going to die with the service. Service is a part of life. Life is not part of your service. So you have to come back to the society in a normal way after your retirement also. So one should remember that whatever opportunity has been given to you by the God or by the department, by the government, by your luck, you must utilize it in a manner to the satisfaction of not only your satisfaction but public also for whom you are working. You should have the confidence of the public and they should feel satisfied with your work, with your delivery system.
So thank you so much for giving your valuable time to us. Namaste.
Namaste.
Well, that was Mr. Om Prakash, DGP of Home Guards and Fire. You can see his brilliance and excellence at the same time. He's so humble and down to earth, and that what makes a man perfect. Thank you.